Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Keeping It Honest Beauty. And to those of you that are new, hello, my name is Tanisha. And to those of you that are already subscribed, welcome back to my channel. So today is a very special and exciting video. I am doing a review on the new SophX Revolution palette that just came out. This is the Super Spice palette from her. So this is her third collaboration with Makeup Revolution or Revolution Beauty. And I am so very excited to bring you this beautiful palette. So it came in a collection. It has a palette, an eyeshadow palette. It has an eyeshadow palette mini that was from the last palette. And it also had a highlighter that came. It was actually 3 highlighters in this collection and 2 lippies. And so she came out with one highlighter for deeper skin, one highlight for medium tone, and then a highlight for very fair skin. And the 2 lip products, one is for fair skin to medium complexion, and then the last one would be for the deeper tone complexion. And so I have not tried them out yet, but I have, as you can see, already started to play with this little beauty. And let me go ahead and show you the packaging on the palette. So this is what she looks like. Super gorgeous packaging, excuse me. It's got very matte look with the shiny SophX. And then here's the back. And so let me go ahead and open it on up for you guys. And so I've already done my complexion and I already primed my eye. So I'm just going to go ahead and filming the other eye with you guys today here on camera. And so I've already had an opportunity to enjoy this palette, and it is so beautiful. And so the interesting thing is I have the other 2 palettes. This one that she came out with is a new formula. It's actually really creamy. Even the matte shadows are pretty creamy feeling. They're very unique. I've never felt anything quite like it. When I swatched them, they were okay. They weren't that fabulous, but when I actually applied them to my eye, as you can see, extremely pigmented and very smooth and easy to blend. I ran into a couple issues blending just because I was kind of packing on, and I should have been blending out before I packed it on so good, but that's okay. It ended up working out and it came out beautiful. I love it. And so let me go ahead and show you guys the highlight. So it came in this cute little box and represents the same as the eyeshadow palette. And there's the back. And let me go ahead and open it up for you guys. And I'm also wearing it today so you can see it on my cheekbones. And also I highlighted my nose. So it's really pretty. This one is really bronzy. I think this would be beautiful for the dark skin, women, dark complexion women out there. So pretty. And it's actually like gives you that sun-kissed glow. So I love that, and I'm all about that. So here is this beautiful little beauty in the back of the packaging. And let me open her up for you guys. So there she is in all its glory. So pretty. And so let me show you the mini that came in this collection as well. This was the packaging for the bronzer. I had mixed the 2 of them up. So this one is how it looks. Very sleek packaging. So, and she decided to go with cardboard packaging just due to the environment. She wanted to have a more environmentally safe packaging. And the prideful quality, amazing. So here's the little mini. And so some of these colors are in the last palette that she did, the Spice palette. And then there's 2 shimmers here. These 2 are actually new formula. So these were not in that previous palette. Those are new. So if you decide, you don't want to buy the full palette and you want to do a mini from the last, collab she did, then these are going for $10 for the little minis. And then I got mine at Ulta. So if you spend $15, you can get $3.50 off. which is a pretty good deal. And then the lippy, I believe the lippy was $7 or $8. And then the highlighting palette was $10. And so let me go ahead. I haven't put the lippy on. I was going to save that for you guys. So let me go ahead and take it out so you guys can see how the packaging looks. If I could get it open. Okay, here we go. So I'm try to hold them both at the same time. See how talented I am. And so these are, I'll put it up close. This is the packaging. I mean the actual product. It's so cute. And it just reflects the palettes. So there's that. And then on me, she made these, I didn't mention that part. So the lip products that she made was a lip liner. So this is the lip liner. And the color in this was toffee drizzle. And so I'm going to swatch this for you guys. And you can see how it looks. So I'll swatch it right here. So that's the liner. And then you can't really see this. It's very sheer. She wanted a lip balm and not like a lipstick in her collection. So this is just a very sheer wash of color, but it almost blends with my skin tone. So I don't think you guys will be able to see it very well on me. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see it on camera, but you can probably see it a little bit. So it's right here. You can see just a little wash of color. So basically what I'll probably do is go ahead and just fill in my lips with the liner and then put this over the top. Let's go ahead and get into this eye look that I did. So hopefully you guys will enjoy. So what I'm going to do is I already did my brows and everything as well off camera. I'm going to go ahead and start this eye. I've already set the base and everything on there. So what I used for the base is I used the e.l.f. Putty Primer. And this is what it looks like. And I used it in the color white. So this is how it looks. And it works pretty good. It's really tacky base. I pretty much enjoy it. You could see it pulls that pigment through. So it came to play, okay? And so in the palette, the first color that I started off with was called Papa. And the shade names that she chose in this palette were very special to her. Like the color that I'm using, she named that one after her father. And that's how you say dad in French. So that's what I'm going to be starting off with. And I'm going to be using a Morphe E36 brush to start this look off, okay? So how's everybody been? Did you guys have a good week? I know I had an exhausting week. I ain't gonna even lie. I was so tired when Friday came. And it's been such a long weekend already. Didn't get anything done as per usual. And I still got to go do some grocery shopping tomorrow. What are you guys going to be doing for this weekend? You guys have any plans? Or you guys going out to enjoy some sun? What's going on with all of you? I'd love to hear about it. Please feel free to comment, you guys. I haven't had a whole lot of comments in my comment section. And I would love to interact with you all. So please feel free to leave me some comments so we could chit chat in the comment section. So have some good conversation. So this is how it's looking. I've already, added in a little bit of the color called Cocktail. And I'm just blending the color Papa and Cocktail together in order to get a nice blend. And before I add in Sunshine, which is the yellow in the palette. This part takes a little time, so you guys be patient with yourself when you're blending, because it does take some time to get these two colors to blend together in in a way that looks nice. Trust the process, and eventually it'll come together and look really good. So I'm just going to continue to blend these two until I get to my desired color. So I'm just going to continue to build it up. And it's really pigmented right off the bat, but in order to blend these two colors together, that's why it's taken so many dips, because it was super pigmented the first time I dipped in. So it's not like, the colors are really beautiful and they're very soft. I love it. Definitely not like the other palettes that she had created. They're not as creamy. I don't know, the formula is very unique. Like I said earlier, it's quite unique. And so as you can see, this is what it's looking like. I used, I think, 2 other brushes to create this. So now I'm going to dip back into the color Cocktail, and I'm going to continue, and I'm going to blend right over the edge of Papa to get this color to show. And that's all I'm doing now, is tapping this color on all around. The only color, the Sunshine, in my opinion, is not as pigmented as I'd like it to be. There's yellows in other palettes that have been much more pigmented than that one. I mean, it did okay. It's not horrible, but I've definitely, oh, sorry about that, guys. I've definitely had better yellows that I've used. If you love colorful eyeshadows, you're really going to enjoy the vibrancy in here. And another thing is she gave a little bit of colors for everybody. She did use a couple of colors from her previous palette, and she took the color Cookie Dough because she said people loved it so much. She took that color, and she also took the color Brownie, Cookie Dough and Brownies. She took that from her previous palette and added that into this palette. So that was pretty neat. She said people enjoyed it so much that she wanted to go ahead and bring it back into this palette. So that was pretty cool. Okay, so this is how we're looking with the two colors, you know, blended together. See, it's pretty much there. So now what I'm going to do is take Sunshine on that same Morphe E36, and I'm going to start blending that over the top of this orange called Cocktail. I'm just, excuse me, I'm going to slowly start blending that up here. And you basically start right on the edge of where you've laid down the orange. You want to start like very gently, don't put too much pressure. Just blending that out so it can diffuse that line. And you're just going right on that edge of the orange, so you can get that harsh line out of there. The only color that I used outside of this palette was the white. On the Rivera palette, there's a matte white in here. The matte white that's in this one is not as pigmented as a Pack a Punch, but I'll show you when I get ready to highlight my brow bone. I highlight my brow bone there, and I'll use the one in this palette, and you'll see the difference. So I'm just going to continue to blend Sunshine around this edge until it looks the way that I like. And take your time, be patient. It took me a long time, I'm not going to lie to you. This look took me a while today because of the blending. It takes so long to get this blending sometimes. And you'll have to go back and forth between the colors. And sometimes you'll have to mix the colors together and keep going back and forth in there until you get that desired shade and get rid of those harsh lines. That's a lot of the things that, other, channels may not explain, is that, it doesn't happen instantly. So don't think that you're doing something wrong. It just takes time and it takes practice. You can't just dip in once or twice and then it blends those lines out. It takes some time of blending, and that's a lot of the stuff we cut out because this isn't real time that you guys are seeing. You're only seeing, the edited version of what we've done. You're not going to see, all of that blending and all of the hard work that went into blending these eyeshadows out. So be patient with yourself. Like I said, nobody's perfect. And guess what? When I started doing makeup, I was pretty slow, didn't know what I was doing. And I would get really frustrated because it wasn't looking how the YouTuber would do, it wasn't looking the same. And I thought it was something that I was doing wrong, but they really weren't saying like, take your time with this blending because it's not going to show up the right way, even if you follow exactly what we're saying, and on different eyes, it's going to look differently. On different skin tones, it looks differently. That was another thing. I may have seen something on a person that was much lighter than myself, and it looks completely different. The colors look more vivid. So what's important when you're, have a deeper skin complexion is to go in with a lighter eye base. And that way you can actually see the colors on your eye. Or you just need a really good primer and a good eye primer in order to, see that beautiful pigment, that comes through. You won't get the full pigment, and you'll think it's something that you're doing wrong. And sometimes it's your brushes. You could be using, really cheap, poorly made brushes, and they don't hold on to the pigment for you. When your tools matter just as much as your techniques matter. You need good tools. You don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to break the bank to get good brushes. There are great companies that sell good quality brushes, and they're not going to cost you a ton of money. Real Techniques sell great brushes. Eco Tools sells great brushes. Or you could use e.l.f. brushes. Those are great brushes as well. BH Cosmetics sells some good brush sets. Works pretty darn good. So don't think that you have to, spend a ton of money and waste your money on good brushes, because you don't need to do all of that. Okay. And it's looking pretty good so far. It's blending out that line. I still gotta continue to blend because I still see a harsh line there. And like I said, you want to be very gentle when you're applying it to your skin. You don't need to put a lot of pressure. The more pressure you put, the harsher the lines will be. And I still struggle with that. I'm not going to say I don't. Sometimes I get a little too excited and, go rushing in, and I put a ton of pressure on, and it ends up, backfiring on me, and, and then I end up looking crazy. So you just got to trust the process. And like I said, be patient with yourself. And so now, in order to kind of help blend these two, I'm going to take a little bit more of the color Cocktail in between that purple shade called Papa, right? And in the other shade called Sunshine, I'm just going to blend in between the two of these very gently in order to help that yellow blend on in. And tap off. When you get to this point, you don't need to pack it on any longer. Just kind of tap off, because too much pigment's going to make it harder to blend. And it's also the way you hold your brush. You see I'm holding this brush kind of like at an angle, and my fingers kind of anchoring here on my face. That way you let the brush do all the work for you. Oh, and the lashes that I used today are from House of Lashes. And what did I use? I used I got these in my BoxyCharm too, by the way. The premium collection. It's called the Iconic Lash. That's the lashes I have on today. Super pretty. Love them. Absolutely love them. Like your life depends on it, guys. Just blend, blend, blend. You will thank me for that. And I'm going to also be posting pictures on my IG as well when I'm done. I want to get into TikTok. I have a TikTok created, but I don't know how to use it quite yet. So I haven't posted anything there. If any of you guys know and you've been on TikTok and you can give me some tips, I will take all the advice that I can get, because your girl don't know what she doing, okay? When it comes to TikTok. Kind of change it up sometimes, you know what I mean? It's kind of nice to get a change from, you know, your everyday normal video, you know, have something a little bit faster, especially for those who are super busy and you don't have a lot of free time. It'll give you guys an opportunity to see some cool little videos too. And so I think I'm happy with how things are looking. Unfortunately, because I don't have anybody to film for me, I can't zoom in when I'm recording. I'm using my iPhone to record and I can't zoom in so you guys can see it up close, but I will, that's why I'm going to take pictures so you guys can get some really nice pictures of this look when I'm all done. And then it'll be time to cut this crease. I'm going to go ahead and cut this crease off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that crease is cut, you guys. So now I'm just going ahead and adding on. So that's looking good. So I'm going to take this little brush and kind of just get to that edge. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the color Dreamy on that same brush and I'm going to put some of that next to this color, just right in here, just a little bit, and very gently kind of blend those two colors together. And kind of do it at an angle. These foils are absolutely stunning. You can't even see it on camera, but they are freaking beautiful, trust me. They did an outstanding job on this formula that they used. It's so buttery and so smooth, and they are so metallic and so foiled. They look so gorgeous. And be careful, you guys, because here I just dropped a little bit on my foundation, which is late, so for me it's not a big deal, but if you guys were really getting ready to go somewhere, you wouldn't want to ruin your complexion. Okay? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the color, I'm going to take the color Papa again, and I'm going to use my Morphe E36 again. Make sure it's clean, and I'm going to dip it in there, and I'm going to put it in this outer edge here, this outer V, and we're going to just tap it in like so and kind of blend it into the foils. So you kind of tap it up into there until you get it deep, and you see that all of the lines are all blended out. Just keep on applying it until you feel like you've gotten to that desired shade that you want it to be, and all of those harsh lines are all covered up. Okay, and you just kind of blend it over the top of that line, just like that, to diffuse it out. Kind of blend these two together with the foils and everything that you already laid down on the, and you can see I'm coming at it, you know, from an angle. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Do the same for the inner corner. Just tap it right on in there and blend it right on up, and kind of have it mix with Mirror Ball. Or sorry, Dreamy. I'm sorry, that was that shade Dreamy. Mirror Ball was the middle shade in the center of my eye. Okay, guys, that is looking good. So now what I'm going to do after I do this, we're going to go ahead and do this lower lash line. And I used a black ColourPop liner in my waterline, and I blended it out with the color Blue Lagoon and the color, it's called Maman, and that means mother in French. And so let me go ahead and get my, okay, it's right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this, I'm gonna actually line my upper waterline as well. So when I put the lashes on, it kind of like hides it. Okay. Then I'm gonna do my waterline. And what I do is I take a little bit, I take that flat brush that I use, that Morphe flat brush right here. Make sure it's cleaned off, and I take a little bit of the color Night Owl. It's the black in the palette. And I tap over this black to set it. Okay, and then I'm going to take that Morphe E36 brush, and I'm going to take the color Maman and Blue Lagoon, mix them together, back and forth, tap off, and then I'm going to blend out that liner in the waterline. And you guys can see it's getting really deep. And it just makes it look nice and smoky once I add some more of those two colors together to get that beautiful blue-green underneath. Okay, so I mixed them together again, tap off a little bit, and now I'm just gonna blend it underneath. And I definitely wanted to have more of the blue undertone, so I take a little bit of that blue and I keep smudging it underneath because it's kind of more green, more turquoisey right now. And I'm going to clean it off and add some more Blue Lagoon, and that should do it. Okay, so that's that. And now what I'm going to do, show you that white on my brow bone, how that looks with that same brush. I'm going to take that and dip it in the white, and I'll put it up here in my brow bone. And we're going to give it a fair chance to do its job. It's not, like I said, it's not. Okay, so we see you got that pop in white, and that one's just mediocre. Now watch. I'm going to take this Rivera palette, and I'm going to dip into the white from there. And watch us go from this mediocre to beaming. Okay, hold on. Look at that. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm going to put some of this white in my inner corner to highlight that inner corner. I'm going to take a little bit more. Okay. See that inner corner, you guys? Looking good. Snatched, okay? These eyes is snatched. Okay, we got to get this lippy on. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lips. Super creamy, y'all. Okay, that's super pretty. Super, super pretty. So now I'm going to just go over the top with the lip balm. And there are the lips. And they are just super hydrating too, by the way. Feels really good on the lips. I like it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is jump off camera, pop on this lash, and I will be right back to wrap up this video, guys. All right, guys, that concludes this beautiful makeup look that I've created with this new beautiful palette with Revolution Beauty and SophX. And I use, just so you guys know, I tried to use as much as I could in this look. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors. And it's 18 in this pan. So I think I did pretty damn good with giving you guys a good, amount of colors that I used in this eyeshadow look tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my video. I hope you love how this look turned out. If you recreate this look, please let me know and tag me of your recreation of my look tonight. And go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and please click that notification bell so that you can be informed when I upload any new videos. You guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.